Welcome to the video edition of From the President's Desk. Now, From the President's Desk is an information tool that we use to keep all of our constituents alerted and informed about the things that are happening on Oakwood's campus. In the most recent issue of Oakwood magazine, we featured the theme of innovation. I hope that you've gotten your copy, and if not, you're certainly welcome to go to www.oakwood.edu, and there you can look at it online. Oakwood University, for the first time in the fall of 2017, integrated workplace certifications into the freshman curriculum. Now, we call those courses OU101. Guess what we've discovered? That once we made those workplace certifications available to our students, certifications that employers told us during our colloquia as well as from national research, when they told us that this is what we want to see in young people who are coming out, who are looking for work before they graduate, at least 98 of our students completed at least one ready-to-work certification in the fall of 2017. And then we had 5 students who completed between 7 and 9 certifications. And then, of course, what was simply amazing, 9 students completed between 13 and 14 certifications. These innovations are the kinds of things that are going to make Oakwood University and its student body competitive and, yes, to have us stand out in the current marketplace and environment. Another innovation that we have integrated here at Oakwood University is what we call the Gym Connect app. Now, this is an app that was designed with the research monies that we acquired from the UNCF when we got the $6 million grant. Now, what that means is that this Gym Connect app actually marries career advising and academic advising. And as advisors reach out to students via the app, it triggers an important engagement so that the student and the advisor can have a constant stream of communication and contact, thereby setting our students apart from the rest because they have access to not only academic information, but also to career information. Another innovation comes when we select personnel. Now, you and I know that no organization is better than its leadership. And so an organization is only as good as its leadership personnel. So I'd like to introduce you to some of the new faces who will also bring innovations to the mission of Oakwood University. They are helping us to broaden the mission. Oakwood University is a diverse, historically Black institution. Now, I say diverse because many times Oakwood is not credited with the fact that nearly 50 different countries are represented here in our workforce as well as in our student body. That means that we will always do 2 things. Number 1, we will always reach out to our historic constituency. But let me share with you a little bit of what the research shows about growing and vital and viable HBCUs. It says that while they stay true to their founding mission, they are also expanding the mission footprint by becoming more and more inclusive of more and more different types and diverse young people. So guess what? In January of 2017, we hired Elder Isaac Ibarra, a graduate of Oakwood University. He graduated twice, his bachelor's and his master's degree, to serve as the special assistant to the president for diversity and inclusion. Now, this is a very important acquisition, and it's historic for Oakwood University because heretofore we have not focused with intentionality on serving all of the diverse publics that are represented in our core constituencies. When I think of some of our core constituencies, particularly some of our regional conferences, I look at a South Atlantic conference which has anywhere from 40 to 50 groups and churches of Latino brothers and sisters. I look at the Southeastern Conference, which is where Elder Ibarra comes from, where there are 30 Hispanic churches and or companies. And then, of course, I look at the North American Division, where we continue to serve as many, as far, and as well as we possibly can. So these are just a few of the examples of new faces that are coming to us. Here's another new face that's coming to us from Andrews University to lead our institutional effectiveness and planning. Her name is Dr. Denise Shaver. She brings a wonderful experience of having worked in this area at Andrews University and now will bring to us the kinds of mathematical and data intelligence that we need to strengthen our decision making. Here's another new face that has come to us. You may have seen him around campus now. He's been with us for about 2 months, but Dr. Calwick Wilson. He comes to us from Kettering College and from Loma Linda University. He is a sociologist by training, and he serves as our provost and our senior vice president. Here's another innovation. Dr. David Richardson is coming to us from Walla Walla University, and he is going to now serve in an expanded role. Initially, he came to serve as simply Vice President for Spiritual Life and Mission. But in looking at the portfolio and in looking at the needs that are so crucial to the advancement of Oakwood University, and looking at his experience as a former Vice President of Student Services, we have now expanded his portfolio to include mission, enrollment services, and retention. And thereby, in this innovation, we have now elevated that area to a cabinet-level function that will now enjoy regular reporting and regular review. So that is vital to us as we go forward. In October of 2017, immediately after the board meeting, we decided that it was important to ask Dr. Wilson to lead an officers' task force on how to make our organization more efficient and more effective. It's called SEEDS, Structural Efficiency and Effectiveness in Design. Now, this is really important to us as well, because with all of the innovations, I am reminded of the words of Jesus. We cannot pour new wine into old wineskins and expect that the old wineskins can hold the new content. Oakwood is at a similar place in its growth and in its development. When I think about Oakwood, when I think about the needs of having to accelerate graduate education, having to launch in a very robust way online education, and then the need to mature undergraduate education, then I realize that some of the wineskins that have carried us up to this point for 120 years will not take us into a robust and durable future. And so, when we look at that, there are a number of recommendations that are coming out of this task force, including the move to a best practice university academic structure. This academic structure will make all of the core parts of the academic mission and operation of the university grow and work together in synchrony. What is clear to all of us who have studied Oakwood and universities in general is that silos in academic institutions grow up naturally as a part of the academic enterprise. It is not because anyone is seeking to create one, but it's because of the nature of programs, of departments, of schools, and of divisions. Now, the only way to have disconnected activity come into cooperative and communicative synchrony is to move freely in spaces where we must now take key stakeholders, bring them together regularly for prayer, for planning, and for analysis. And given the need of Oakwood University to accelerate our graduate education, our online education, and our undergraduate education, it is very important that we eliminate the communication breakdowns that have haunted us in the past. And so by vote of our officers, council, and our executive committee of the Oakwood University Board of Trustees, Oakwood University will move to a best practice institutional structure. A structure in which the provost will serve as the chief academic officer and the chief operations officer, with all other officers and managers reporting to the provost's office, who then reports to the president. Now, this will do a number of things for the organization. Number one, it makes all of the activities academic in their focus. I have noticed in my journey here the past few years that there are some times when we speak of activities that are academic and activities that are non-academic. Well, I want to say unequivocally, everything that we do at Oakwood University is ultimately academic. Whether it's Oakwood Farms or whether it's the Media Center, all of it points to, bends to, and feeds into the academic operation of the university. Therefore, we need to have a provost with the role of making sure that all of these parts are synchronized together and that key stakeholders are being brought into the same space for collaborative decision making. Another benefit to the president will be that it will allow the president to attend to the duties that are commensurate with his role. What kinds of duties might you ask? Well, 1, strategic resource identification. This simply means, how do we find both the financial and the people resources to continue expanding the mission footprint among diverse publics? Philanthropy. Right now, we are on the cusp of a huge capital campaign for our Health and Wellness Center, as well as, God willing, something to create in Peterson Hall a conference center that can be adjacent to our Health and Wellness Center and become a very important space to bring Peterson Hall back online so that we can use it to service our growing constituencies. Here's another that the president can only do: administrative recruitment, constituency and community engagement. Those are expectations that the president must fulfill. Now, I will say, in the few years between provosts, I have found that a lot of my time and energy has been absorbed by on-campus operations. What I want to say unequivocally is here and now that this is not a sustainable model. And I'm grateful to have a colleague like Dr. Calwick Wilson, who can now work with each of the vice presidents and help each of the vice presidents to find their lane and to do the work that needs to be done with a focus on how we grow the academic mission and operation of the university. The story of Oakwood, which is a rich and varied story, is not a story about me. It's not a story about you. It's a story about student success. That is really important to us because the center of our story is our student. What this institution actually does in the life and hearts and minds of students, how it transforms lives and then launches them off into careers of service. With that in mind, I'll be back to you in this video edition, and let us know what you think. If you think this is valuable, then we'll certainly keep doing it. If not, then we can go back to the old printed communication. But we think that this kind of gives you a feel for what's happening here at Oakwood. Please keep us in your prayers and know that God is still in the blessing business and His hand is upon Oakwood University in a special way. May God bless you and may God bless Oakwood University.